Marvel Studios changed the game when they started making movies for some of their biggest stars, such as Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. But this year, they're taking a huge risk by introducing a lesser-known team to their audience in Guardians of the Galaxy later this summer. Recently, the first trailer for the film debuted, and we all had a chance to watch it quite a bit.
Hey, go, man. No problem. No problem at all.
Who are you?
Star-Lord.
Who?
Well, Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw. Forget it.
We've discussed this on PFM numerous times. The how long can Marvel ride? You know, how long can superhero movies be the movies that people flock to every year? And, you know, a lot of us were thinking that it was going to come to an end. And, you know, it may still happen, you know, things may die down, but this looks so different and so fresh. No one viewing it can say that it's just Avengers in space. Mm-hmm. You know, it may have that core element of a team of superheroes, but I mean, the thing ends on the 5 of them just in the lineup. I mean, it looks fantastic, looks beautiful, but it also just the comedic nature, I think, is really gonna be spectacular.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
Jason, what did you think about the different characters that showed up in the trailer?
So I really liked, you know, how they kind of gave some exposition and backstory on all the 5 main characters. But then I also like how we got a taste of what John C. Reilly's character would be like. And then there was even a couple lines for the guy who stood behind John C. Reilly.
Peter Strathonitis or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but he's a really funny guy. He's like a good comedian. He's been in a lot of sitcoms, and I'm really glad he's taking like a relatively big role in this film. And I'm really glad to see that Chris Pratt is really getting a leading man role. He had a lot of really funny moments in the trailer, so you can see that they're still keeping his comedic knowledge in it.
I'm really excited for Karen Gillan as Nebula. She had a couple of shots in the trailer that just looked really badass.
You had to pause it, but once you pause it, you're like, holy crap, yeah.
Now, Peter, they released a series of videos highlighting each of the Guardians. What did you think about that stuff, especially Bradley Cooper?
I think it was good to do that because in the trailer, as much as I loved it, all I felt was Chris Pratt's character. Everyone else was kind of there because, like, you didn't hear Bradley Cooper at all in the trailer. You didn't hear Vin Diesel say anything. But in this featurette, you finally get to see Bradley Cooper's voice with Rocket. And I was expecting a little more gruff, a little more gravelly.
Exactly.
And I wanted Bradley. I was like, okay, maybe this would be good.
Yeah, when that casting news came out, I wanted Danny DeVito to be Rocket Raccoon. And I thought that would have been hilarious.
A top choice, yeah.
But I mean, Bradley Cooper brings something very different to the role, and I'm interested in it.
It's a youthful. I mean, you know, I think out of the 4 of us, we're probably the only 2 that have read the comic, and I definitely read Rocket in a very gruff voice. Yeah. But what they did with Bradley Cooper, I think it's great. I think Rocket could go any kind of which way, but I think they made a really good choice. One thing that I'm just very excited for is the fact that the trailer showed a lot and almost nothing at the same time. Yeah. Like, there's just so much going on in this movie, but you don't feel overwhelmed. You're like, I want to see everything that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a resurgence of the second wave. I know we're already well deep into phase 2, but I think it's going to reinvent comic book movies.
James Gunn has a really unique voice to bring the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So finally, what are your predictions or anticipations for this movie when it comes out?
You know, I think it's going to be a big hit. I think it's impossible for Marvel to not have a hit nowadays. And one of the big expectations is just expanding, you know, the Marvel Cinematic Universe into, you know, the cosmos and beyond. Yeah. It opens the door for a ton of other characters to come have their time in the spotlight. You know, a Doctor Strange movie's not out of the question, Black Panther movie, all these side minor characters. The Guardians are as far-fetched as you can get, and if they do well, anyone's fair game.
I'm curious to see how this lineup works. I'm pretty excited because there are a lot of big names. Have how many of them actually worked together before? Have they ever any of them worked together?
I don't imagine. I don't think any of them have really worked together.
So this is the whole new chemistry setup for everybody.
True.
And personally, I think it's going to work really well, but I can't say for anything, but I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be maybe one of the funniest Marvel movies out of the bunch. I'm kind of excited that they're kind of stepping away from the rest of like the already existing Marvel universe and stepping outside of Earth, and I want to see where that goes.
Cool. So hopefully, if Marvel Studios is taking the route of Pixar, this isn't their Cars 2. Right, so that does it for our discussion of Guardians of the Galaxy. For more from the Pretentious Film Majors, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check out our Instagram, and go to pretentiousfilmmajors.com.